everyone. How is your week going? Happy Wednesday. Are you surviving? Can you believe that we're just, like 9 days until Christmas? I am excited to be in the Learn More About Park Lane group tonight. I'm surprised they let me do this, quite frankly, because I have just been with the Park Lane family like 3.5 months. Is that the case? I started at the end of August. So yeah, I'm a newbie myself, but I freaking love this company so much. And my friend Mary Jane is going to jump on with me. So as soon as you jump on, Mary Jane, will you just request to join, or do you want me to add you? I can add you, or you can request to join. Either way, it's totally your call. Hey, Sarah Catherine, I'm so glad that you're here. When you jump on, say hi, by the way, because I just like to know that you're here. I hate doing like things where I feel like I'm just totally talking to myself, because y'all, I hear me talk all the time. So when you jump on, say hi, so we know that you're here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey with Park Lane. I joined, as you heard me say a few minutes ago, I started my journey with Park Lane at the end of August. I had to be asked about 1,000 times by Sarah Catherine if I would join. And I finally was like, yes, okay, I will. But let me tell you how I got to that place. I was fired. Wah, wah, wah. I worked in the media industry. I was in morning radio for, gosh, a decade. I poured my life and soul into that industry. Genuinely, I missed holidays with my families. I missed summertime with my son. I set my alarm every single morning at 3:45 in the morning and worked for bosses who made 3, 4, 5 times more money than I did. And when they let me go, I just had to ask myself, is this what I want to do with my life anymore? Like, do I really want to continue pouring myself into an industry that clearly doesn't have my back? And thank God I found Park Lane, because you guys, I am now on month 3 of working from home full time. I get to make my own schedule. I get to make my own rules. I promise you, my hair was not green when I was working on the radio. They would not let me do that. It was long and very, very blonde. And as soon as I left, I went green. So is Mary Jane on yet? I do not see her. Hey, sis, will you tag Mary Jane just to make sure that she's in the right spot? I'm in the right spot, right? I am in the right spot. By the way, I am wearing the French lilac earrings. These are actually a monthly special thing right now. Hey, MJ. All right, I'm going to jump on. And this is actually the French lilac necklace from monthly special as well. Do not sleep on those in the specials page, you guys. I'm obsessed. Let me invite. Oh, gosh, it's not allowing me to invite you, MJ. Can you request to join? If you can request to join. Mary Jane is my ride or die, quite frankly. I told you I'm brand new, so it's not like I have a massive team of people or anything. I don't. But my team may be small. We are mighty, my friends. And Mary Jane is, I'm just excited for you to hear her story. This woman is a complete and total boss, okay? She literally, not only does she own her own salon, she has 2 little girls under the age of 4, okay? Right? I think that's correct. And she's married. And so she has, oh yay! She can tell you herself, because she is jumping on you now. I hope it will actually add you. It just, yay!
This worked.
I'm so happy.
I'm glad it worked.
So, Mary Jane.
Yes.
I want you to tell everybody about your, I want you to just kind of tell your story, how you got involved with Park Lane, what made you decide to get involved with Park Lane, and then has it been at all what you expected it to be? Like, how has it sort of manifested in your life? I want you to just tell us your story.
Okay. So I've actually been a hairstylist for 12 years. I co-own my salon with a friend of mine. We basically opened our own salon just so the 2 of us didn't have to work with anybody else. And so we have absolutely just loved that. It's been really wonderful. I've got 2 little girls. One just turned 4, and then the other one is 1.5. Well, 18. Yeah, she's 1.5. And Amber started selling Park Lane jewelry. And I mean, I've done like little things before, selling things, but I never actually sold anything. I just went to really boring meetings. So it never worked out for me. Um, so Amber started doing Park Lane, and I had just been following her journey. She has a book she turned into a podcast, and I was just really enjoying all the stuff she was doing. So I hosted a party with her, and I literally would have kept hostessing parties because I had so much fun. You know, as a mom of two littles, like people are like, "Oh, you want to do something at 7?" And I'm like, "Heck no, it's bedtime. Like I'm not going anywhere." So to host home in my pajamas, I like vividly remember that night because my husband looks at me and is like, "You're having your party now?" And I'm like, "Yes, you can go in the other room." So she asked me, she was like, "Hey, I think you'd be really good at this." And I was like, no, no, you know, I got enough on my plate. And I haven't really told Amber about really fully about this, but I was at a really, really, really low place. I was so overwhelmed with just everything. My kids, I mean, they're great, but you know, it's just a lot. And my children, and just kind of the rat race, doing the same day to day, not getting enough sleep. And so, of course, she asks me that week, like, where I'm just like, I'm going to die. And I was like, no, I don't want anything else. I'm so overwhelmed. Well, that weekend, I had planned a small little weekend, like just, I think it was just one night, spending the night a couple hours away from town, staying with a friend. And so I'm like driving all the way there, and I'm like, I don't want to do this thing. I just literally just want to like go live in another town and change my name. I mean, I was just really, really low. So I just kept thinking about it, and she kept saying, like, what do you have to lose? You know, she's like, you get your kit for $99, you get $500 in free jewelry, and if you don't do anything, like if it doesn't work out for you, you still come out with beautiful jewelry. And so I thought, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And I started feeling better staying with this friend. Like my head could clear. Even my husband was like, "Oh my gosh, go away, go figure what's wrong." And so I just did, literally on the way home, I was like, "Hey, I can do this." So I spent 2 hours driving, coming up with names for my Facebook group. Like I literally was just brainstorming, and I started having a lot of fun. You know, I felt that creativity just starting back up in me. I mean, I get that with my job now, but I spent 12 years building the job I have now. And so now I'm kind of coasting. Praise the Lord. Thank you. Like I'm so, you know, I'm just, you know, I have my clientele. Like I'm not having to think outside of the box anymore. And I've always enjoyed doing that kind of thing. And so I came home and I just dove into the Facebook groups and just started learning everything I could. And you know, I started just doing parties, like automatically started doing parties, and I just really enjoyed it. I've always loved jewelry. I kind of got out of the habit because I had little girls, you know, who want to grab everything. But I was also feeling really dumpy because, you know, even a lot of stylists, they will dress up. I can't because I'll ruin my clothes. So, you know, I wear a black t-shirts and jeans, and I started wearing yes, I'm wearing one of my work shirts. And so I just started doing it, and I have a degree in graphic design, and so I've always enjoyed that, making things, creating things, and I'm getting to use all these different aspects that I haven't really had the chance to use in a while, and it's been really fun.
Okay, I love hearing you say that you've had so much fun, because this is what I want people to understand from my end of it. You know, I came on and literally I was just trying to make a living, you guys. Like for me, I was in a different place than most. I'm not married. I am a single mama. And, you know, my income is what we live on. I mean, if I don't make the income, we don't survive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I came into this really thinking about my personal sales. And it took me a minute to kind of even start to reach out to people, you know, about the opportunity. And really, it wasn't until I started to see my paycheck grow that I was like, oh, this is legit. And I don't feel bad like telling people about it now. Mary Jane, what she may not know, what you may not know, babes, is that you breathe such life into me every single week. You inspire me. Your creativity is phenomenal. Like, I consider myself a pretty creative person. Y'all, this chick will come with the ideas. I mean, just like that. And she doesn't just come with ideas. She immediately goes into action on them. And it is such an inspiring thing to watch. Do you happen to know, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, so you don't have to answer if you don't know, but do you happen to know how much you sold in your first like 2.5 months?
Yes. $6,068.
In your first 2.5 months as a part-time thing on the side of a full-time salon gig.
And I actually did most of it in October, November, because December's it's been busier for me with my other job. And so I just kind of took a little step back, so to speak. But I like that. I like that I'm able to push when I want, pull back when I want. I've been really pushing this past week. I want that green impression bracelet so bad.
Girl, listen, if there was a person made for that impression bracelet, it's this girl right here. I'm trying to earn mine too. So we're running toward that one together.
I want it. And so I like that I can speed it up. I can slow it down. It gives me something to do when I am home with my girls, because I'm at the salon 3 days a week. And so when I am home with the girls, they're so young, bless their hearts, but you kind of get bored in your brain. And it gives me a chance, like I'm thinking, oh, what's this one thing I could do? What's another, and now my friend Jordan is doing it with me. And she is like my vice president because she has so many ideas and it's really fun. We've hosted shows together and we're like, we don't even care if we make any money. I mean, we care, but like we just have so much fun. And it obviously, I mean, it is work. It is a job. You have to put time into it, but I'm enjoying it. I'm not hating it. Or I wouldn't do it if I was hating it.
Yes, because you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. You've been offered 1,000 other things that you didn't end up doing. This is different. This is different. And I would say the same exact thing. If you had told me a year ago, even 6 months ago, that this is where I would be right now, I would have laughed in your face. I'm just being really real with you right now. I mean, MJ, I would have laughed. I would have been like, no. First of all, sales, loathe. Not into sales at all. But also that's just like, I was in media. My brain, that was my career. That was my career path. Your career is in hair. That's your career path, right? It's been such an eye opener for me to see how all the skills that I had in media can like translate to this. And I'm sure for you the same, all of the skills with your clientele that it takes in the customer service. Now you can sort of channel that into this. And I love it. I do want to hear, I think is important. We talk a lot about, the buddy system around here, right? Like when you come on, it's way more fun when you get a friend to join you. And I didn't realize that until you came on. And then I was like, oh, you're right. This is way more fun when you have peeps around you to cheer you on. Is that how you feel with Jordan?
Oh, definitely. Because and she lives in the same town as me. So, I'm like, hey, did you watch this video? Hey, what do you think about this? And I've always loved that back and forth banter. We're both in control of our own business, how much we want to do, when we want to do it. But there's this creative back and forth. And I have that with you. And I even have that with Sarah Catherine, who I think is who signed you up with.
Yes.
And then there's like women above her and women above her that I'm like, hey, I can ask questions. And I feel it's very much a community. It really is like a fun group of friends. It really, truly is. And everyone wants to see everyone do better. They all want everybody to succeed. Nobody's like, oh, I want that. You can't do it. It's really, honestly, the dudes are missing out.
We don't want them. Just kidding.
No,
we don't.
No, but really, I mean, if more companies just were built like this, people would do better. They would want, you are rewarded by the time you put in, the work you put into it. I could never go back to an hourly job after doing hair, after doing something like this. Like, if I want more, I do more.
Yes.
Sorry, I like went off on a whole nother road.
Yes. Oh, I love hearing you say that, though. That has
But-
fired me up because I'm the same way.
Mhm.
I love that in this business, we are 100% in control of our success and our failure. What's great about that is that, like, I wake up in the morning, I know it's on me. I get that that's a lot of pressure, but also the freedom that comes with that. Like, I'm not blaming anybody else. There's no one else to blame. It's me, mama. I have to put in the effort, but I feel so accomplished when I put in the effort and I see the rewards of my work.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that I did that. And I see that in you too, because we're constantly sending each other voice texts and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Every day.
Yes.
Every day.
Yep. I love it. Okay. I think we're probably running out of time. I'm going to have another sip of my rosé, and I'm just going to let you tell everybody, if you had one thing you want someone listening that might be on the fence right now, that's like, I don't know, I just came here because my friend invited me. What would you say to them?
I would say that everybody is selling something. I was never really into, direct sales. I've never really truly done that. But everybody is selling something. You go to a 9-to-5 job, you are selling your time. You do hair, you're selling a service. You do massage, you're selling a service. You do radio, you're selling your voice. You're selling whatever they're selling on the radio. Like, everyone is selling something. And so that's something, when I go just reach out to people, like, they can tell me no. They can tell me no, but we're being sold stuff every day, all day long. And we have the choice to say yes, to say no. And so you should never feel bad that you're selling something, because it can be kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to sell, I don't want my friends to think I'm bugging them. Well, like, oh well, everyone is selling something, and it's what you choose to sell. And we choose to sell fun, quality, sparkly jewelry, and truly an experience.
Yes.
That's what
we do. We sell an experience. I partied tonight, and I just looked down and realized that I had three of the 4 jewels and 2 of the inline impressions on my arm. I'm like, whoa, I am blinging right now.
I love it.
It's pretty funny. So, you guys, I hope that get with your stylist, talk with your stylist, whoever has invited you here, okay? And Mary Jane is right. We are 100% being sold something all the time. I want to point out one other thing. I spent a lot of years working to make other people their holiday bonuses. I spent a lot of years working so that my program director in radio could make twice as much as I do. And, I took all the blame for the ratings. So I just want to encourage any of you right now that feel like you are stuck in a job, that feel like you're never appreciated, that feel like you don't get enough girl time, that feel like you never have a little extra money to spend on yourself. It all goes to your kids or your husband or your house or whatever it is you've got to pay for. I just want you to know that there is an option for you. And there's not just an option, there's a full community of women. That is what most surprised me about Park Lane. It was not the fact that I could make money at it, all right? Because I had seen proof. There are plenty of women and men in our kind of business who make 6 and 7 figures doing this. What surprised me was that I was so accepted, because I'm a misfit. I'm a weirdo. I think Mary Jane would classify herself as such as well. We love living on the island of misfit toys, and which is probably what I should call my team instead of the green goddesses. Nah, I like the green goddesses. But I just love that I came here expecting this to kind of be click. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anybody by saying that, but in my experience, when you get around a whole bunch of women, it becomes really competitive sometimes and very cliquey. And this has not been the case. I've been so shocked at the friends that I've made doing this. Mary Jane, we've known each other for flipping ever. How much closer are we now?
Oh, we're like actual friends. We're not just Facebook friends.
We're actual friends that cheer each other on. So I just want to say to everyone watching, get with your stylist, talk to them, ask all the questions you've got to ask. No question is a dumb question. Just ask the question. If you don't ask your own stylist, ask me or Mary Jane, and we'll pass the message along. Like, seriously, if you think we're just weird enough for you to ask the question, feel free. But ask the questions you need to ask so that you can make an educated decision for yourself, okay? Because we only want what's best for you. Truly, we really only want what's best for you. So, MJ, I love your face. Go back to your babies or your wine if they're in bed.
Wine.
Yes, queen. And I'm about to go pick up my kiddo from grandma's house because she was a saint and kept him tonight so I could party. So enjoy the rest of your night, and I will talk to you tomorrow, ma'am. Love y'all.